Should I go through my to-do list today?
Yeah.
No, there's nothing here.
There's nothing? What about when you were so manly fixing my cabinet?
So I fixed your cabinet today, and it was this was a recent phenomena, right? Like you would close it, and then it would close about 80 to 90%, and then it would.
Well, yeah, it's one of those. It has some doohickey on it that it doesn't just slam shut. It's like those slow closing, those gentle closing
hinges or something.
Yeah. So it closes really slowly.
Yeah.
And it used to be silent.
Yeah.
But for the last 6 months or so, it goes. And it's loud, and it takes forever to close.
Every time it happens, I'm waiting for the ghost to appear. I'm waiting for the ghost to appear, and death to befall us, and a knife to enter my throat. Yeah, it's been very annoying.
And sometimes you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And I try to silence it. I try to push it shut.
Quiet, ghost, quiet. Yeah. And so it's annoyed me. And then today you got your hair did. You went to Hazy, your hair stylist.
I call her my hair guru.
Your friend.
My best friend.
You did your 3-hour deal today. And so I was like, well, I got 3 to 4 hours by myself without my special lady friend. So I wrote down a huge to-do list, and on there was to fix the squeaky cabinet. And I don't know how people did anything 10 years ago, 30 years ago, 100 years ago, but I Googled how to fix a squeaky cabinet. And lo and behold, I found websites and YouTubes, but I settled on one solution was to use olive oil spray, which we have. And another solution is use WD-40, but I've looked at the prices. It's a little pricey. Oh, okay, it's like $5 for a can. Okay. Thanks, Joe Biden. Thanks, Vladimir Putin, in your price hike.
We don't have one in our garage.
We don't have any WD-40 yet.
What kind of homeowners are we?
I know. So I've been like, well, should I spring for this WD-40 that I think is quite expensive? It's a couple bucks, but I thought, well, I would just use that. It would be a one-time usage. So if I can find something in the home, olive oil spray. We got the Great Value olive oil spray. We also have the Great Value butter spray. We're a Great Value family. So I was like, I'm gonna fix your cabinets today, and lo and behold, I grabbed the olive oil spray and I sprayed. Psst. There's 4 like hinges on 2 on each cabinet door, and I sprayed it, pretending that I knew what I was doing. And the first time it was so, oh, and I was like, okay, well, I need to alter my spray strategy. But I did. And
what was your strategy? Was it spray a shit ton?
I tried to, much like The Conjuring, I tried to find out where the noise was coming from. And I narrowed it down. I was like Dragnet. I was like Inspector Gadget. I was like, well, it's got to come from where this part of the hinge deal is touching this part, because part of it is on the actual cabinet, and then part of it is on the door. It's like a mechanism thing. So, well, I just sprayed the shit out of it.
Exactly.
Without going overboard. And I had a wet wipe to wipe up any olive oil because...
Was the olive oil dripping down the doors?
Yes.
Onto the floor?
Yes. Well, one of the YouTubes I watched was like, have a paper towel, because there's going to be a blood drawn. There will be blood. There will be spillage. So I sprayed the crap out of it. Lo and behold, boom, it was fixed. And while you were at your hair appointment, I said, your cabinet is no longer squeaky, Your Highness.
I was impressed.
So was I.
Like, look at this handyman I'm married to.
I had to sit on the bathroom floor like an animal.
Did you wear a hard hat and a vest?
Yes, a Caltrans vest, which is on sale at Surplus right now. And then I voted, also was on my to-do list.
Wow.
Yeah. And Lennox was hanging out. He was eating. So I was reading him these idiotic propositions and people running for offices. And I asked for his hot take. And he was very confused. I was very confused too. You read these ballot initiatives and measures and all this, and it's like, what's going on here? But my two main takeaways are that Lennox is anti-vaping. Yeah. Which, square, nerd, loser. Okay. Because, it's not called vaping on the ballot. It's called flavored tobacco.
And
so Lennox is anti-vape. The other thing is that I notice is that for offices, when there's a Republican and a Democrat running, it's the Democrat is always some lifelong bureaucrat, some political hack. Who's usually an incumbent because we live in California. And then the Republican running is a small business owner, a businessman, a CFO of a company. So, and again, the Republican vote doesn't matter in California. Thanks, Gavin Newsom. But it's always the same. The Democrat candidate is just they're a politician.
It's true.
And a Republican is a businessman.
Yeah. Something else.
Businesswoman.
Occasionally it's a politician. They have a political title, but then it's like / something non-political in office.
Right.
Look at your ballot.
Yeah.
It's pretty consistent that that's the case.
Yeah. And so I voted mostly Republican. But I also know that my vote doesn't matter because if I'm voting Republican in California, it's pointless.
Yeah. Your vote in California is pointless regardless of which direction you go. Because if you vote the majority, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you vote the minority, it also doesn't matter.
Right.
So I've always felt that way.
Right. It's pointless. Your vote literally does not matter.
Did you go mostly Republican? But another thing you always do is you mostly vote for the Asian.
Yeah.
Did you do that this time?
Yes. There were a lack of Asian names and candidates. But when there was one, And I voted for a Democrat. I can't think of the person or the race. But I did vote Democrat, majority Republican. But my vote doesn't matter. And you want me to vote for you, right? Well, another thing was that filling out these bubbles, it takes about, I counted it. It takes 8 seconds to fill out a bubble. Like, what the hell, dude?
That seems like, how does it take you 8 seconds to fill out a bubble?
Because if you do the fine point tip pen.
But it's like the size of a grain of rice.
Right, but you want to make sure that it's like a Scantron. You don't want to fill out half of it or 30% of it. You want to fill the entire thing.
I'm concerned that your vote is not going to be counted because you used like a light blue ink pen that we have.
Yeah. The actual terminology on the ballot, which you're looking at yours.
I'm looking at mine. It's unfilled.
It says on the top left, it says darken, right?
It does. It says blacken.
Blacken. Yeah. And well, I looked in our pen drawer and we had a cute little fun blue pen.
Yes.
light blue, sort of aqua.
It's like a teal color, aquamarine.
Yeah, and I thought, well, it's a pen.
Gavin Newsom's gonna think I'm fun.
Yeah, and so I'm filling out my ballot, voting for Republican. Well, it doesn't matter. Didn't we establish that it doesn't matter? So who cares?
So you should have done like a rainbow colored pencil.
I should have done orange or yellow. It's all nonsense.
Oh, here's your little I voted sticker, honey.
I know.
What are you going to do with that?
Well, I offered it to Lennox Albert Garcia, and he refused. He turned it down. I thought, okay. Well,
he's an anarchist.
Yes.
And oop.
Delete.
I got an email from Yelp. And the subject line. Remember when you used to write like subjects and subject lines in emails?
I still do that. Well, I do that all the time at work.
Well, yeah, work is the thing.
Yeah.
But email outside of work is
very rare.
Nonsensical. Doesn't exist. But Yelp emailed me and said the subject was updates to our privacy policy. Great. Who cares? No one cares. Delete.
Oops.
And oop.
Okay. So, we went to Chipotle today. And we went to Chipotle because they have a new product, a new item called, a new protein called garlic Guajillo steak. And it's described as tender cuts of sliced steak, seasoned and grilled to lock in the flavors of garlic and Guajillo peppers, then finished with lime and chopped cilantro. They added this in mid-September. It's currently mid-November. And fun fact, honey, you can order, if you're in Roblox and you're Robloxing, which Lennox and Luna do.
Yeah.
If you're Robloxing, you can order it through Roblox. Which sounds dumb and is dumb, but it's not any dumber than opening a web browser or their app and ordering it. I think that's super convenient. Why not?
Yeah, but do you order it while you're playing Roblox and then you're like, Mom, go pick up my Chipotle?
Right. Well, the obtaining, right? The ordering versus the obtaining, Roblox cannot help you out with that. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen.
And oop.
Talk about Eleanor. She likes some guy because he changed his hair, right?
Yeah, and she doesn't like it. Oh, crush because of his hair.
Hair is very important. If Luna's liking a boy, thinking a boy's cute, totally dependent on the hair.
Yeah.
100%, huh, girl?
Yeah. Same.
Slay. Look at Booper.
Look at Booper.
My wrist just cracked.
Stay right where you are. I want to take a picture of you and Booper. Oh my god. Just stay there. Just don't freeze. Oh my god. I'm gonna send this to Grandma Tian.
No.
I sent the picture of you.
Look at that.
In the burrito.
Oh my gosh, that's a great picture of you guys. Slay. That sounded like my cabinet door before you fixed it.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Booper.
And oop.
Right.
Okay, so you can order Chipotle through Roblox, which sounds fantastic. And if Roblox could bring the Chipotle to your house and spoon it, shovel it into your mouth, and then if Roblox has a hand, put their hand on your chin to move your chin up and down so you could chew, so they could help with your chewing. Then I think that would be an ideal situation. Another thing about Chipotle is, once again, like I said, it's mid-October. It's October 22nd. They're doing the Halloween promotion where if you show up in a costume, they'll give you a $7 entree, whatever that means. Well, now that I think about it, our things were like $12.
Yeah.
What the hell is a $7 entree? It must be like a rice burrito.
Like a kid's menu burrito.
So Burrito is back in restaurant. Rewards members come haunt any Chipotle from 3 p.m. to close on Halloween and get a $7 entree when you dress in costume.
Define costume.
Yeah.
What if I wear some clothes and I'm like, I'm a teenager.
Right.
Because I'm wearing some ripped jeans.
Right.
Do I get a burrito?
I'm a 45-year-old man who is in favor of vaping.
Oh.
Where's my kid's burrito? Well, if you dress up and you're on your way to a party and you stop off at Chipotle for a $7 item, okay. But if you like specifically dress up to go to Chipotle for that $7 item, that's a whole different ballgame. For my job, I go in and out of many offices. I see desks and cubicles and counters and work areas. Who are these people? There's two questions, honey. It's twofold. One, who are these people who decorate their cubicles in a very intricate fashion that I look at it and I go, this took at least an hour. Like there's cobwebs from the top of the cubicle to the carpet. It might have taken an hour. It might have taken 2-3 hours. Who are those people? And second fold, and number two, the costume contest at work. Who are those people who participate in that? So who takes 3 hours to decorate their cubicle with fake cobwebs? And B, who participates in Halloween costumes at work? Any idea?
Losers!
Oh, shit! Well, that's a bit far. Yeah. Well, okay. Decorating your cubicle an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, I think.
Oof.
How about working?
Long time.
How about working for an hour or 2 hours? This is a place of employment. You are supposed to do a task. So do that task. And that task isn't putting fake fucking rubber spiders on your goddamn cabinets. Okay? On your goddamn drawers.
It's like these people you're talking about, it's like someone from The Office, like the TV show The Office.
Yeah.
So how much work are they actually doing?
Wow, that's a whole nother issue. I could see like a Happy Halloween sign that you got from Dollar Tree up on the wall. Okay, I guess I'm in the mood. But these people, they're decorating like they're working at a haunted house or they're working for Disney. I don't get it. And then costume contest. Well, it's just why?
Again, it's like so much effort and time. Like you had to wake up at 4 a.m. to get your costume assembled. Yeah. One year, I wore a cute little headband with cat ears, and I felt very festive.
And that took 5 seconds to put on, right?
Exactly, less than 5 seconds.
And then you'll get the email like, oh, Stacy from financing won the costume contest, and it was like, what? Like 4 people participated. Like the amount of people participating is 1%, 4% of the entire workforce, and then they won a gift card to Chipotle for $10 or whatever. But yeah. Well, you had a guy who dressed up as a Sith Lord or something, right? Who came around on Halloween.
My office is rife with themed weeks and like morale boosting days on top of like Halloween.
I don't need no morale boosting. I hate it. I hate my life. I hate my job. I hate my entire existence. What is a costume contest going to do for me?
We have like customer appreciation week, and each day is a different theme. And so these people Like one day is Disney, one day is superhero, and so every day people are dressing up. Oh my Lord.
I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted. And okay, we had Customer Appreciation Week just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It ended.
Yeah.
I guess they're too lazy to take down all of the There's streamers hung up throughout the building.
Yeah.
And some have like started to fall, like they're halfway down.
Yeah.
But it's like after you have a garage sale, you're supposed to go around the neighborhood and take down your sign.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't. So then it's just like the hanging remnants.
Yeah.
So it's like trashy.
Yeah.
That's what my office looks like right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I did, it was my birthday a few years ago at Delta Dental, and some people decorated my cubicle, which, okay, it's kind of cute. It's kind of fun. But then the day after, I was like, well, I'm not going to take this shit down. I'm out here for the party, yo. It's still my birthday. So I left it up, and I continued to leave it up because I'm being festive. I'm being fun. And it continued to stay there for a month plus. And I was like, okay.
And then you quit, and then when you left, was it still up? Like, in the day you left?
It's probably still up, honey. Okay, that goes for the Mickey Mouse operation in Rancho Cordova. It is Delta Dental. Well, that makes me think of mask signs. Again, I walk into many offices and buildings, and outside before you walk in, it'll have a masks required. You must wear a mask. Mask. You walk in, no one's wearing a fucking mask. Okay, it's bedlam, it's pandemonium. No one wears a mask, and so either they forgot or they're too lazy to take the masks sign down, or they know it was bullshit in the first place and they didn't follow it from the jump, but they had to put these signs up because of Gavin Newsom or whatever.
Or someone.
Anyways, we ate garlic guajillo.
Oh yeah,
steak.
Chipotle.
Yeah, Chipotle.
And oop.
Okay. A few thoughts, ideas, hot takes, observations. We walked. So one thing we like to do is, if we're on track and trying to be healthy, is we'll place the order, and then we got a Chipotle within walking distance. We got a Panda Express. We got Subway. So if we're trying to be healthy, we walk. We order super healthy. We walk over there, and then the walk back. And in that walking, we'll essentially burn the calories that we eat. And that's what we did this time. Chipotle is 1.6 miles away. So over 3 miles we walked, honey.
Fabulous.
Yeah. And we actually had Lennox for a little while. We had Lennox accompany us. He was on his bike, partly for the walk there. And then he took a right on Stonegate to go hang out with his friends. But we placed the order for 3 p.m. and we left the house at like 2:30, and I was like, we got to get going because it's a journey.
20-minute walk.
Yeah,
or so.
25 minutes. And Lennox had to get his bike out, and so we were hurrying. We were walking swiftly.
Very swiftly.
Yeah, and so we're like, Lennox, let's go. We're going. Let's go. Hurry up. And he's like, why'd you place the order ahead of time? And I thought, how dare you question
Do you know who you're talking to?
your stepdad? So I said, Lennox, because I don't... What if we show up to Chipotle and there's 15 people ahead of us?
Then what?
It would just be... It would be bananas. It'd be madness. And we would be in line, way in, and I would see the people walking up to the side with their to-go orders, grabbing it, and I'd be like, those sons of bitches. And I hope that us, the people in line, because there were people in line when we went today, I hope they were looking at us, walking up, and instantly grabbing our order, and I hope they looked at us and thought, those Sons of bitches.
Sure enough, there were 7 people in the queue.
Yeah.
When we got there. So, okay, Lennox, you were wrong.
It's just, when will he learn, honey?
When will
he pick up on these cues?
These kids don't listen to their parents. Okay?
I'm giving him these people in line with the "Can I get a?" and "Do you have a?" There was a baby that wouldn't shut the fuck up, right? Like right next to us. So we sat down, and there was a couple moms and a couple of little kids, but one of them wouldn't shut up. Wah, wah, yee, yee.
This kid was so loud, and at first I thought it was coughing.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it sounded like laughter.
Yeah.
And it was nonstop. I was like, is this kid sick? Yeah. Are they just very vocal? Are they laughing? Are they happy?
Yeah.
Are they crying? What? Like, I didn't identify the noise that it was making.
Do you think that's appropriate to bring a child, an invalid? You think it's okay? Should they have sitting outside?
Yeah. No. I think they're fine. Okay. Chipotle is super casual.
Yeah.
Fast food.
Us right next to him, it was like, oh God, these kids, like.
Yeah.
We watch Below Deck, which is the best reality TV show on the planet, and recently, people who pay for a yacht for a couple days, tens of thousands of dollars, brought their virtual newborn,
1-month-old baby.
And like it still had veins in it. Whatever. In
its
head. It looked weird. As Megan Rage said, it was too fresh to be cute.
Oh, this baby was fresh.
Yeah.
And I can't believe the mom would want to go on a cruise.
Right.
1 month postpartum. I can't. It was crazy. Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. That's crazy. This kid that we saw today in Chipotle was like 10 months old.
Yeah.
It was very loud and annoying.
Yeah. And
I say that as a woman who's had young kids in public and who loves children.
Yes.
This kid was so loud.
Yeah. Do you think she should have gone outside? Can you go outside? What if we were on a plane, honey? Would that'd be a whole different ball game, right?
You know what? It's fine. Let's give some more grace to parents. Let's give some grace to children. Let's just relax. All these children haters, stop it. I don't like you people.
Yeah. These people who don't have these kids and all they care about is their yachts and their food and going to these discotheques.
Children are people too, okay?
Our order wasn't on the shelf. So they have the shelves there, and previously we've gotten takeout from this location. Which is on Lake Washington in West Sacramento. But what they do is they get your order ready and then they put it on a shelf. So you walk in and you just grab a bag, your bag. You make sure your name's on the little receipt that they tape on there. But this time, they had a couple takeout orders and you had to walk up and say, oh, and you don't have to wait in line. It's you go to the left of the queue, but the lady worker was like, oh, do you have a to-go order? And I said, yeah, Vince Nicholas. She said, oh, okay. She handed it to me. But it's no longer on the shelf. So I think is shoplifting, smash and grab.
You've always said that you don't understand how people don't just come in and grab a bag that's on the shelf.
Yeah.
Because no one talks to you, no one checks it. You just go in, you grab your food, you go. Mm-hmm. And they had all their online orders behind the shelf.
Yeah.
Maybe that's been happening.
Yeah.
So.
This is Gavin Newsom's California.
Well, no, they have all these empty shelves. And I'm like, they need some tchotchkes up there. Put like a framed picture of Mr. Chipotle.
Right. Senor Chipotle. Okay, so let's talk about what we ate, honey. Mm-hmm. So, garlic guajillo steak.
What does garlic guajillo steak mean to you in your life, honey?
Well, garlic is very important. Although, the other night, you made roasted garlic and a few pieces of that garlic were maybe overdone. A little
You love crispy. When I char our veggies, honey.
I do. But then I paid for it in the bathroom for the next 48 hours. Honey! Garlic guajillo steak. I got a salad because we're going to Grandma Tian's in less than a month. So I'm trying to be low carb, low calorie. So I started with a salad. I got double meat portions. Okay. Well, first of all, the salad is $12.60. Okay. But then to get double portion of garlic guajillo steak, it's another $6.95. So $20.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Chipotle is essentially fast food.
Yes.
I feel like you would not pay that much for a salad at like a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah.
Unless it's a really super fancy one.
And it's a really good salad with a bunch of stuff going on.
Giant.
Yeah.
Delicious.
$20 for a Chipotle salad. I thought, wow, this is quite the deal.
I feel like that was like a typo or some sort of glitch in their app, but nope, that's the price.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, okay. Well, I won't get double portions, but I wanted double portions because very often we get Chipotle once in a while, and it's like I want more chicken. I want more protein. So I was like, I'm gonna double portion it up. But for $20, I was like, nah.
$20 for a Chipotle salad.
Yeah. Well, lo and behold, within the Chipotle website / app, I had a buy one get one free. So I was like, well.
Yay.
This is on and popping now. So I sprung, quote unquote, for the additional $7 double portion. I got no rice, no beans, no cheese, no sour cream, no queso blanco because
no fun.
Yes, low carb before Grandma Tian's, which will be in less than a month. So I was trying to keep it super low calorie. I got the fresh tomato salsa, which is really just pico de gallo. Okay. Roasted chili corn salsa, which I really like, and the fajita veggies. The Chipotle honey vinaigrette they serve on the side. It's 220 calories, but again, I like that they put it on the side. Yeah. Well, what I would say is that I usually do your order first.
Keep going. Let's do yours, and then we'll start with mine.
The Chipotle honey vinaigrette salad dressing, which is on the side, is in a little cup, and they don't fill the cup. It's a nice size cup, but they don't fill it, and that's cool. I get it. But the cup I got today, the amount of dressing was like 15% full.
It was like boop. You get a drop of dressing.
Pathetic. And I was like, well, what the hell is this?
It was probably 50 calories.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a 220 calorie item.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to use it because there's so, to me, on the Chipotle salad and what I throw on there, there's a lot going on. I don't need the Chipotle honey vinaigrette. I don't need the 220 calories. But it was such a drop, just a pathetic show.
It was so pitiful.
Oh. There was so fajita veggies, which is traditionally green bell peppers and red onion, and they throw it on the grill there, and it gets charred, and it's a good time. But I had a piece of green pepper. It was like a slice of green pepper, and I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" Like. This is too much green pepper.
We should know by now because every time you and I always get the fajita veggies on our items, our meals that we order. Yeah. And the green peppers are always practically raw.
Right.
Every time. And we never learn our lesson.
Right.
We complain every time we go there.
What the heck? And I like veggies. I like vegetables. I'm not a big fan of green peppers because I find them bitter. I like the red, yellow, and orange. But yeah, it was just like this giant, nearly full slice of green pepper, and I was like, oh, it was too thick.
Too thick, not cooked.
There was this black item, which I didn't know what it was. I was too scared to take a bite.
It looked like a French fry that had been like forged in the fires of Mordor.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you go to McDonald's and you find this black French fry, and you're like, oh, well, that was overcooked. That's burnt. It was super charred. It looked like a tree branch that had been through a forest fire. I was like, I'm not going to eat this.
I was looking in your bowl, and I was like, what? This is a very, very charred, blackened item. And I was trying to see, like, what do you have that this might be? Yeah. I couldn't identify it. Is it a pepper? Is it a French fry? Right. Is it an onion? I have no idea.
Is it charcoal? Is freaking Kingsford up in the Chipotle now? I didn't eat it. Okay. I was like, I could eat it, and it might be a green pepper, but I will err on the side of caution and not eat it. The steak, the garlic Guajillo steak, it's not bussin', okay? It's just not good. Like okay, so there's two things to look at: the quality of the steak and then the seasoning. The seasoning, I would say, okay, there's a little bit of spice. It's a little different than their regular steak, which I do not like at all. Yeah, there's a little bit of spiciness going on, sure. Garlic guajillo, sure, if you want to call it that, fine. But the quality of the steak, not bussin'. Just and it seemed like it had been cooked like 3 hours ago, 8 hours ago. I don't know. It seemed old. But then the quality of the cow, the vaca, as they say in Spanish, just low quality steak. I was not a fan. I've eaten a lot of bad steak in my life, honey.
I've cooked you a lot of bad steak, honey.
Yes, and my mom, who is very frugal, pinches every penny, has bought a lot of cheap steak. So I know cheap steak. I know a cheap steak when I step into the room and I'm like, "You're a cheap steak." I know it instantly.
Yeah. Right
away. I can identify cheap steak at the drop of a hat. And this is cheap steak. Like it was just not good. And cheap steak has this
veneer,
this sort of mush, sort of this
like a coating.
A coating. And this had that coating, where it's just it was not bussin'. It was not. It didn't slap, and I did not like this garlic guajillo steak. Yeah, so that's my take. Skip it. Do not get it.
It was very disappointing. And listen, I have a very low rent palate.
Yeah.
Like, I eat and love almost anything you give me.
Yeah.
And I was like, this steak is bad.
Yeah.
It's chewy. It's not a good texture.
Yeah.
The flavor's not great.
Yeah.
I got a bowl.
Yes.
Which we cannot determine the difference at Chipotle between a salad and a bowl.
There is no difference. It's mind control. They're just playing mind games, man. They're just fucking with you, man. You got the garlic guajillo steak bowl. Can I read this?
Please do.
With fajita veggies, tomatillo, green chili salsa, romaine lettuce, white rice, black beans. Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections, my love?
My bowl was much more plentiful than your salad. Your salad was pathetic.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. Like I peel off the foil top, and I was like, "What the hell is going?" There was very little salad. It wasn't double protein.
It wasn't full.
It wasn't full. Yeah, and we've gotten Chipotle where it's like bursting at the seams. You like take off the aluminum foil top, the shiny metal top. And it was like, oh, there's a whole lot going on. How did they pack this? Wow, thank you, Senor Chipotle. But it was like very, back to my dish, it was very underwhelming. And I get the salad because I want a lot of greens. I want a lot of food for very little calories. And it was just vacant.
And the greens are so cheap that you think that they would fill the volume with like more spinach and romaine chops or whatever.
Yeah.
No, your thing was so empty. It was very sad.
My goodness.
So I was scared.
But you had the white rice and the black beans.
Yeah, I had more to fill my bowl, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I opened the lid, and thankfully mine was like quite plentiful.
Yeah.
I did try to be more healthy by not getting any sour cream and no cheese.
Correct.
But I went ahead with the carbs. I forged ahead with the rice and the beans.
Yeah. Well, we walked 3.2 miles.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
So mine was good. It was fine. It wasn't very satisfying. Because again, I got the same Guajillo steak.
Yeah.
Which was not great.
Yeah.
And then it was also very dry. Yeah. Like I should have gotten all the salsas that they have to offer.
Right.
Because it was quite dry.
Yeah.
I did eat your dressing. I poured your dressing on top of mine.
My 10% full dressing cup.
Yeah, which was it improved it.
Yeah.
I love Chipotle.
Yeah. I do too.
I'm always happy when we go, but today was just very underwhelming.
Heartbreaking. And moisture. I get the pico and I get the corn stuff, the fajita, and so I don't need that moisture. But I just maybe today I should have added that Chipotle honey vinaigrette. But well, in the end, the garlic Guajillo steak. It was not bussin'. It was, and we got Chipotle over 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, and it was chicken. They were doing they had a new promotion which they no longer have this item, but it was a chicken. It was super good. It was so good. Like the seasoning was bussin', and the way they cooked it was slapped, and I really enjoyed it. And then to go to do this 180 on this garlic Guajillo steak.
You know what? I think when I go to Chipotle, I have to either...
Yes.
Oh, God.
What happened?
Hi, they changed the plans instead so they can stay tonight, so can I?
I knew this was going to happen.
Lincoln said... Okay, a half hour ago.
Yeah.
Lincoln said his mom said his uncle is at the house, so I cannot stay the night.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So what happened? Is the uncle gone? Is his dad overriding the mother's desires? What's happening here? Should we just say okay?
Yes. You know what? If Lennox leaves, it's going to result in a stayover.
We should know that by now.
Tell him, because we got like groceries and stuff, we'll grab him at, say, noon.
I was thinking noon too.
Okay.
And
yeah, I was severely disappointed in the garlic Guajillo steak. Everything else has always been a Chipotle, will always be a Chipotle, but this new promotional item, not busting.
Mm-hmm. They also needed to give you way more greens.
Yeah.
They skimped you.
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind that if they doubled the portion of what we got.
Yeah.
And it was very little greens, very little Guajillo steak.
I think mine would have been better if I got sour cream or cheese. No, I don't usually get cheese, actually. I just needed something more fatty and satisfying.
Yeah.
When I was trying to be healthy today, that might be my problem.
That's always the problem, honey. So I was severely disappointed. And the walk home, 1.6 miles, if I had been satiated and satisfied and happy with my meal, I would have enjoyed the walk home. But the long walk home, it's far, but it's not too far, but it's far enough. I was like,
I know, I was like... I can tell. Like, we all, obviously, we're married. Like, we can feel each other's vibes.
We are? I mean, we are.
We feel each other's vibes and moods. So I was like, what is wrong with you? You're so somber and depressed.
I know.
And then it turns out you were just super unhappy with your meal.
Yeah. So I said, let's go home and let's drink beer. Let's watch Kardashians and Below Deck. And what do people do when they're upset? Let's hop on the internet and let's tweet at Chipotle, which I did. I said, I'm going to tweet at Chipotle Tweets. They're very active on Twitter. And I'm going to tweet them pictures of this black thing, French fry, for lack of a better word. And I'm going to tweet them a picture of this alleged double portion salad. And
double portion my ass.
Yeah. A real man, back in the 1930s, and I would have walked up to the counter and said, thrown my bowl on the thing. You call this a double portion? And what's this black thing? But it's 2022, and we don't like confrontation, honey. We don't like to be uncomfortable. We don't like to talk to anyone. So I hopped on the Twitter, as it were, and I said, "Yo, what's up with this?" I said, that you helped me with that because yes. I said, should I start with "Yo" at Chipotle Tweets, or should I say "Hey" at Chipotle Tweets? Because I hate when people like say "Yo" or "Hey" and then tag an account. It's like, just start in with what you have to say. Like, you're not having a phone call.
So you went with my suggestion, which was "Dear Chipotle."
Yes. I said "Dear" at Chipotle Tweets. Oh God, I hate when people read Twitter.
You hate what you're doing right now.
On radio.
You hate yourself right now.
Oh my God. I hate when podcasts and radio shows read emails. It's just, well, I'm bored right now. Aren't you bored? Carrie Lewis, aren't we all bored? It's not reading. I'm not listening to a fucking audiobook, okay? This is a conversation, live, extemporaneous.
I want to hear what you said to Chipotle.
Ad-lib.
I'm invested.
Off the top of our head.
Okay.
Well, thank you, honey.
Carry on.
I said "Dear" at Chipotle
Dear
Tweets.
Chipotle. Hey, girl.
How you doing? Dear at Chipotle Tweets. This was my salad with double portion garlic guajillo steak. $20 for this ? And what's this black thing ? And I included pictures of the underwhelming salad, ensalada in Spanish, and then the black thing.
We still don't know what the heck that charred little thing was.
This charred tree branch. And they replied with, "Can you shoot us a note?" And I knew they would do this because corporations, they never want to like go mano a mano on social media.
Yeah,
they're like, take it to an inside room and we can hash it out.
Because if it's public, then anyone can see it.
Right. They don't want to be public.
Right.
They don't want to be public. So Chipotle, which is their official verified account, said, "Can you shoot us a note here, chipotle.com/contact us, so we can look into this for you." And then I think it's a she. She signed it SOPH. Soph.
SOPH. Oh.
Yeah.
That's Soph. That's short for Sophie or Sophia.
Ah.
Soph.
So that's a woman.
I assume so.
Is it a they?
I cannot assume so.
So hop on the internet when you're unhappy, kids.
I hope we get some sort of discount, coupon, free entree.
I want garlic guajillo steak for the rest of
the
year.
No!
Well, it's October, honey.
I just want a free entree.
Free Chipotle. A free $7 entree, which does that even exist? I don't know. Okay, so very disappointed, but overall, we still stand for Chipotle. We're still fans.
Completely.
This item is a miss. But as far as Chipotle in general, if you're trying to eat healthy, they're a definite option.
That's something I love about Chipotle. You can get the quesadilla, the burrito, the chips and queso, and you can just like go to town. But if you want a healthy, yummy Mexican option, they got that. Yeah. You can go online or even there in the restaurant and you can just pick and choose what you want. So you can go very like veggie, protein, salsa heavy.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing to be able to do.
Yeah. Don't walk in and order because there will be a queue. Go on the website, download the app. The Chipotle employees don't want to talk to you, and you don't want to talk to them. Okay, can I get would you like what about this? Alrighty. So, garlic guajillo steak. Huge miss. Not a fan. It's cheap steak. Their regular steak I don't like because they cube it.
No, I don't know. I always get either the vegetarian option or the chicken.
Yeah. The chicken is the way to go if you're looking for some protein. Okay. Well, you're sniffing your hair. Are we done, honey?
I always sniff my hair after I get it done with Hazy because she puts all these products in, and it's so just yummy.
You've been sniffing your hair.
It's so nice.
It's like I'm watching Silence of You know what? You're like Joe Biden. All right. Well, are we done, honey?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're done. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Chipotle. We don't have a promo code for Chipotle.
You might after Twitter responds to you, though.
I hope so.
Or you, the manager.
I hope it turns into the Cinnamon Toast Crunch where there were shrimps in there. And then it turned into be a big hoax.
What? That was such a time on Twitter.
That was...
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's when the internet goes bad.
This guy posted shrimps were in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Well, he is a comedian. He's like trying to be someone in LA. He's trying to get some notoriety, some clout.
This is so Twitter.
Yeah.
So this guy posted about how he had shrimp in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes.
And then
oh my God.
And immediately everyone was like on his side. Mm-hmm. Then within a matter of 2 days... Mm-hmm. Two things happened. One, people found out that he's married to Topanga.
Yes, from Boy Meets World.
From Boy Meets World.
Yes.
And then immediately after that, all these allegations came out about how he attacked women and was like a sex offender.
Right.
And he's literally been silent on Twitter ever since then.
Canceled.
So he like went ham against Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah. All these allegations came out, and then he completely like shut up.
Yeah.
Which was so the whole thing was so funny to me.
What was he doing it for clout, or was he just doing it to troll? I'm gonna be stupid on the internet today.
So people were saying he's faking it. He's trying to get clout. Yeah. Topanga, that aspect. All these women were like, "Hey, you assaulted me." Right. It was just like, it was everything Twitter is and ought to be.
It's good. It's bad.
It's so entertaining. And he literally hasn't tweeted in like a year and a half.
Good.
I checked.
Oh God, I love it when a minor something or other gets brought up, and then whoever goes into their various podcasts. He was anti-Semitic on this podcast in 2018, so we must cancel him. Unearth podcast.
I'm just over here giggling.
Unearthed tweets. Goodbye, my podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have wanted a baby to shut the fuck up in Chipotle, but I'm still a good person and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing. I hope you have, yes?
Bye-bye.
I hope you have thank you for caring. I hope you have a wonderful day / night. Bye-bye.
And oop.
Ooh. We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.